Hey, welcome back to Vortex Garage and another tool review. So again, just to recap what we've talked about, if this is the first review you've seen, we'll try to mention this every time. Most of the tools that we're talking about, unless we say otherwise, are tools that we've personally bought or had given as gifts. So they're not manufacturer provided. And a lot of times they're tools that we've had for several years and that we've used extensively. So I think it's pretty cool that we're giving reviews on things not that we've been given for free that have only had for a day or two, but something that we've used on many jobs so we can give you a real good assessment of how they've held up. So for today's review, we're going to talk a little bit about these GearWrench ratchet handles. So these are 84 tooth ratchets, and the part number is not on the little package here, so I guess I'll have to look that one up, but we'll post that up on the video. And the nice thing about this set, it comes in a nice little case. We actually store this in the toolbox in this plastic case. Yeah, it's a little bit flimsy. We even have a little bit of a crack coming on this side here, but it's held up well, and it holds the tools nice in the toolbox. So what do you get? So you get a kind of nice long 1/2 inch drive. You get a kind of good length 3/8 drive. You get a 3/8 drive stubby, and you get a 1/4 inch drive. Now remember, if you want to learn more about how ratchets work, you can check out one of our videos where we actually did a little bit of tool tech and talked about exactly how ratchets work and the value of something like this 84 tooth ratcheting mechanism. And again, don't forget the drive. The 1/4 inch is the type of sockets that you'd put on them. Okay, so let's go a little bit further into these. Now, the two primary ones that I use are the 1/2 inch and the 3/8 of this. You can kind of see maybe through the other camera a little close up. These are a little bit more shiny. These have definitely had a lot more use to them. The good news is I've pulled on some really tough bolts with these, never had any issues whatsoever. They still switch very smoothly. They still ratchet very smoothly. And even with high torque applications, they've never slipped. They've never felt bad after taking a really nasty fastener off. So in my eyes, these have held up very well. I'm very happy with the durability that I've experienced with them thus far. Now I do like the swivel head. That gives you a little bit more flexibility in how you use these, and we've seen in some of the videos that swivel head is the difference between being able to fit in somewhere and having an access problem with a ratchet. The 84 tooth ratcheting mechanism is another feature I like. It's a nice fine ratchet, so you don't have to move the handle very far to be able to ratchet. So again, tight clearance situations, very handy. So not too sure what else to say about these. I mean, they are really simply just ratchet handles, so how much can you really go on? And there's no point in rambling about them. I guess the key point is I'm very happy with these. They've been durable for the couple years that I've had them, and I do believe that these are going to hold up for many years to come. And I like GearWrench. I've been very happy with the GearWrench tools that I've bought recently, and you can get these off of Amazon. The price point on them, they're not the cheapest tool you're going to find, but they're also not the most expensive. And from a quality perspective, again, they feel like very well-made stuff. The tolerances and the build quality looks good. The durability seems to be there. So I'm very happy that I'm not buying a cheap tool that's going to break in a year or two. I'm buying something that I can keep long-term, and I don't mind investing a little extra in that, but at the same time, it's not breaking the bank. So from that perspective, I'm very happy with this set. Like I said, it's not the cheapest thing you're going to find, but there's a lot more expensive ratchets out there. And I think for the quality you're getting, it's a pretty good price point. So I would recommend these. I've had very good luck with them. I like the swivel mechanism. It's not always needed, but it's great to have. The only downside, sometimes this 3/8 ratchet is a little bit long for some of the areas that you work. You kind of want that middle ground between the stubby and this long one. But I've got another ratchet from GearWrench that's maybe about this long, and it sort of fills that gap. But it's very rare that becomes a problem. But anyone who works on stuff and has a set of tools you always feel you could have just a minor change in a tool just to make it a slight bit useful for one particular job out of 100. And that's kind of how I see these. So I think they've done a really good job. I actually, most of the time, really like the length of this because this actually gives me a little bit more leverage than a standard 3/8 ratchet. So I feel like these are a lot easier to get stubborn bolts off without having to go up to the 1/2 inch size. And then the 1/2 inch one, this is quite a bit longer than most 1/2 inch ratchets you might buy. And that gives you a lot of leverage for pulling stubborn, larger fasteners. And this, you can actually use this and not have to pull out the non-ratcheting breaker bar. So all in all, I think that really makes this a really good versatile kit, one that I'd recommend, and I think you'll enjoy it. So again, this is a review on that tool set. We'll be doing a couple more, and we appreciate you joining for these, and hope you get some enjoyment and value out of these tool reviews as we keep doing them. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you soon.